after morning, welcome to week 3 of 2020 and your tech news in 5 minutes or less. We're kicking things off with a bit of a trade war that's happening now between Nvidia and AMD. Things have kicked off quite nicely with AMD's RX 5600 XT launch at CES, which we did cover in our previous episode. And as I said, the spec and price did look quite promising. It was going to launch at $280 USD with 6 gigs of GDDR6 RAM and quite a promising core setup. They showed performance versus the Nvidia 1660 Ti, and it was looking quite promising on 1080p, pretty much as the ultimate kind of budget graphics card. So Nvidia, not one to be outdone, have decided to drop 10 to 15% on the RTX 2060, which does kind of fuzzy up their lineup, but it did react to the pressure from the RX 5600 XT. Not 2 days later, AMD then released a BIOS improvement which gave 10% better power delivery, well almost, about 8%. The 10 watts extra that it was able to get did increase the core clocks. So if you look at specs of Sapphire Nitro cards, for instance, they've suddenly gained between 100 to almost 200 megahertz on the core in some cases. So this trade war has finally begun. It is something that I think a lot of us in the enthusiast and gaming space have been looking forward to, because as these kind of things happen, basically we get FPS for free. As for the high-end spectrum, AMD has announced their big Navi chip will be available within the year. It is their first major chip that they are going to be releasing on the high end since the R9 Fury days. RIP Vega 64. I must say the Vega 56 was quite a good card, but yeah, RIP Vega 64. Nvidia now has to combat that with their 3080. Unluckily for them, but quite luckily for us, some of the spec information has actually leaked via a Chinese website called Maya the Drivers. It's called My Drivers, literally. They've revealed 2 different cores, namely the GA103 and GA104. This is the first time we've seen a GA103 moniker on a card, or any kind of 103 moniker on an Nvidia card. So it does hint that perhaps there'll be an even higher GA102, which might be a new Titan. We'll have to just kind of wait and see. But based on the performance results and some of the inside information that has leaked, we are looking at 50% improvements from Ampere, well, from Turing to Ampere. So it means that the RTX 20 series will be improved as much as 50% on the RTX 30 series as far as ray tracing and general performance goes. At least that's what the leaked information we have is for now. If that is true, this does mean that the big Navi launch that AMD have been hinting is kind of going to be overshadowed once again. They were looking at a 30 to 35% increase in performance. So it is looking like they are up the wrong creek without a paddle. Moving on to other developments in tech for 2020, there is a really cool bit of gear from Fixed, which will allow you to attach to your car's OBD reader. All cars built after 1996 pretty much have an OBD reader, and then you can get that technical information read out straight onto your phone. It will even give you a quote for the estimated repair costs if there are any issues, so you don't get rushed B or cheeky breaky. Mosquitron has become available in South Africa. Now this is quite an enterprising new device that will literally pull mozzies towards it with a blue light and then trap them in a little mozzie prison by fan, where they basically dehydrate and go off to their little mosquito heaven. The technology is quite small and light in power, so you can run it from a USB even being able to power it from your phone. It's not the cheapest device you've ever seen at 1,300 Rand asking price, but can you put a price on a good night's sleep? Lastly, but certainly not least, a nice little pop-up that I've seen on Amazon is USB rechargeable AA and AAA batteries. So you can directly connect these to any USB charger and just charge them up one at a time or as needed by the looks of things. So if you're tired of having to replace batteries in your remotes or steal them from the TV remote, then this is definitely something that should be on your radar. They do look like they're going to retail for about $300 a set, but $300 for about 500 chargers definitely seems worth it. And that's all we have time for this week. Keep your games wrecking and your life teching. We'll see you next time.